Hey everyone. I haven't done a live video on YouTube in a very long time. So we are live from my Tokyo apartment in Meguroku. I have since then, in case you have followed my other Facebook, I've lived in Japan for 2 years now. And this is my apartment. And this video is about being fat in Japan. And I am doing a video to record another weight loss progression that I want to go through. Today is August 15th, and I think it was 35, almost 5 years ago when I lost 20 pounds, and that became skinnier than I've ever been in my life. And I made a progress report online on social media of that, and it was a miraculous journey. And my goal at that time was that I never wanted anybody to call me pregnant again, because people would ask me, "Oh, are you pregnant? Hey, are you pregnant?" And they would, or my students, they would say, "Hey, miss, are you pregnant?" So I want to, since the focus is on me being fat, I want you to see how fat I've become. And I want to make myself vulnerable, which I always do. That's kind of like my trademark. But this is me sitting down. So this is the fattest that it could be. And I live in a country where naturally Japanese people are so skinny. Their skinny jeans are skinnier than any jeans that you've ever seen. Men's jeans are skinnier than women's jeans because they have no hips. So it's difficult for me to find pants that fit me here. I finally found a Ross equivalent to things here in Japan, and I can. Called Shimauma. It's not zebra. Shimauma means zebra, but I rode my bike past there and they had jeans that fit me, and it was like the layout is like Ross. And actually, ironically, Ross in America is a place where extra plus women will go shopping and find jeans as well. So maybe they modeled themselves after Ross. But so I looked into, because I was out of my frustration, because I am growing this fucking one. As I get older, I'm 42 now, so no longer 35, and I don't take martial arts 3 times a week, so it's a lot harder for me to get to the body weight that I wanted to be before. But I have tried different things. Where's my little exercise journal? In this Gudetama journal, I keep a record of all the different exercises that I did. I ride my bicycle. I started jumping rope like I did before, because before, when I lost a lot of weight, the whole idea was just exercise every day, no matter what you do. Just go downstairs and jump rope for 15 minutes. And as long as you jump rope and do some kind of cardio movement every day, you're going to set yourself up so that you cannot not lose weight. And also, I saw a nutritionist. I did these fat wraps. I was doing CrossFit. I was doing Krav Maga. Like, it was just a lot of things that I don't have access to anymore. And it's the summer in Japan, so it's really hot. So I learned this breathing technique. Oh, so I showed you my double chin. As you get older, like, shit just starts to appear and you don't know, like, maybe you're looking at me and you're going, "Oh, it's not that bad," but it's pretty fucking bad. Like, I can see it in pictures, and I have these lines on my neck that I was born with. So when I have extra fat that hangs out, it looks like I have 4 chins in pictures, and it's really depressing me. And I've always, kind of battled with this belly, but today I'm going to teach you this. What I'm going to do is, like, try out for 1 month this thing called the the Japanese long breath diet, which I think it sounds pretty stupid and it doesn't seem like it's going to work, but I'm doing this in addition to the exercise that I'm already doing. I'm not exercising as much as I was when I was 35, but I do ride my bike everywhere in Tokyo. I walk a lot. Tokyo is all about walking and climbing stairs in the subway. There's hardly any, convenient elevators. You always have to walk up and down at least 4 sets of stairs if you take the train on your commute, and then walk everywhere that you have to go from the train station to where you're working. And I work all over Tokyo as an English teacher, so I became frustrated with, why am I not losing weight if I walk a lot, I bike a lot? I wanted to not have flabby arms, so I started to do push-ups. Because, when you get to be over 40, it becomes an issue. You start to get more and more concerned about these things. So in my book, I started to do 20. I wanted to make sure, whereas before when I did CrossFit and Krav Maga, I used to be able to do like hundreds of push-ups. But now I'm happy if I can do 20. 20 push-ups. I just want to make sure that I don't have when I get older, I don't want flabby ass arms and shit. So, because even though you may be young, you won't be young forever, and suddenly it'll just appear and bloop, like a wrinkle will appear, which is happening. That's how wrinkles work. They just fucking show up like, hey, what's up? And you didn't see that there before. Like, there is a fold. Well, it's somewhere here, right? It's just this extra fucking fold of fat that, like, I can't show you on YouTube. I'm not going to. I'm embarrassed. But every time I scrutinize myself, I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? There's like this extra fucking fold of fat that wasn't there before when I was 30. Wasn't there before when I was 20. It just like hangs over my underwear. Like, oh my God. Like, so I'm doing extra things to try and basically lose weight. And this long breath diet, you can look at it on YouTube, Japanese long breath diet. I'm doing 2 things because I want to see if these 2 fads will work. One of them is called lose weight with a towel diet. And so this I'm using as my towel. It's basically got to be 3 inches here and 18 inches here. And you put it behind your back, basically. And you do this for 2 minutes a day, and you turn your palms up, your palms down when you're laying down, and your pinkies have to touch. And then you take your feet. So imagine now these are my feet, and I put my toes towards each other like this. So my feet are like this, and then my hands are going to be like this. And I do that for 5 minutes, and then I have the towel behind my back for 5 minutes. So that's called the Japanese towel method. And it was invented by a Japanese physician to increase good posture and to lose weight. And I looked on Quora. I looked for negative reviews to see if these fads were just bullshit. And I didn't find, accurate results. So I don't know. I want to just try it because basically I'm curious to see if I can do this every day for 30 days and see if it works. In addition to, like I bike instead of ride the train if I can, because I actually don't like taking the train in Tokyo. I hate it. It's depressing. It's like the underground of depression, basically, because everybody looks sullen. Nobody's allowed to talk on the train. And nobody talks to you or makes eye contact. So for me, it's like a social hell. But sometimes people talk, and I actually did, meet a couple people on the train. I've actually effectively hit on someone and had a one-night stand through meeting someone on the train. So apparently it's possible. So I wanted to talk about this other. I'm gonna show you basically the other breath diet. So the other method that you do is basically you take one foot and put one foot in front of the other and put all of your weight on your back foot. and you take your hands and raise them 3 seconds and your inhale, and then you go for 7 seconds. Okay, and then you want to do that 7 times. So I'm filming this right now to see how I look in the before and after. I'm not going to obviously shoot a live video every day, but you can see my belly in all its glory. It's I'm the heaviest that I've ever weighed. And I don't look pregnant, which is interesting because when I was heavier before, I was less weight. I was about 145 pounds, I was 150 pounds, but I looked pregnant. And I don't think people think I look pregnant anymore. My body did change from the time that I lost weight drastically last time. And I looked pregnant here, and I had a big butt and big thighs. And so I changed my body once again. But I am fat again, and I want to get rid of this fat because there's even more pressure because none of the pants that I buy or try to find here in Japan fit me. And everybody in Japan is so grossly skinny, and you bathe with them, and you scrutinize each other's bodies, right? Because you're in the onsen and the sento together. And I'm like, how do these people basically, eat all this fried tempura and all of this food that has so much sugar in it and stay skinny? It must be the natto, which I don't like. I don't like natto. If you know what natto is, it's fermented soybeans, and it smells like rotten food, basically. But Japanese people love it, and this is what makes me not fully Japanese. I'm half Japanese, but according to Japan's cultural law, I'm not really Japanese because I don't eat natto. So let's do this together. And you need to tighten your butt. Tighten your whole body. Two more. It reminds me of Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon. This is my first progress video. Apparently, this guy lost 20 kilos, which is a lot of weight, 40 pounds or something like that. You can look up these things. One is called the Japanese long breath diet, and the other is called the Japanese towel method. And the long breath method, you can see that it's truly Japanese because the guy is still alive and doing fitness classes in Tokyo right now. I saw but one negative review. So you basically work up a sweat, but you don't work up as much of a sweat as I do, biking up the hill, from the train station to my house. So I don't know. I don't know what. So the breath is supposed to change the metabolism if I do that every day. And you're supposed to do it. I did it already this morning, and you do it 3 times a day if you can. And it's supposed to rapidly increase oxygen, and you can read about it. It seems like the kind of thing that, when you're going through your smartphone and you have all these fad ads, that's what it seems like. And it was a fad diet ad in 2013. This is when it was really big. And I guess out of desperation, I'm a little desperate. Desperate, and I am going to change my diet. I am not sitting in a cafe eating as many chocolate chip cookies as I'd like to. I haven't had a chocolate chip cookie maybe in a month. I still drink Starbucks soy lattes. I changed my sugar from regular sugar to stevia, which is something that I did before when I was losing drastic weight. But I had some tempura with my udon yesterday. I don't think it's the carbs, because Japanese people eat massive amounts of carbs. They eat lots of soba, udon, ramen, and all kinds of pastas and bread. Their bread is white only. They don't really have wheat bread here. It's made with tons of gluten. So I'm really trying to figure out what the secret is to, they eat tons of white rice too. Both Japanese and Chinese people eat tons of carbs, and they're able to stay skinny. Chinese people eat tons of oil. So Japanese food is not so oily, and they eat lots of fish. So I've been increasing my fish intake and my miso intake, and trying to add these two little fad things. They're just experiments. I want to see if it will work. So I will shoot another video and sometime in this journey, maybe in 2 weeks, and see if there has been any change. Also, I think it's like I want to do the long breath in addition to some other exercises, because you don't truly get abs without sculpting, you know? Like, so I'm going to do some sit-ups right now, because I just don't think it's possible, you know? Like, I look at this stuff and I'm like, how could you use a towel to lose weight? That's so stupid. I worked so hard to lose my weight before, and it just, I don't know. I did not see anything negative online. And when you try to Google like Japanese towel method fake or Japanese towel method reviews, this is the same process that you would go through if you were trying to debunk anything else, flat earth. So this is my fat in Japan day 1, and hopefully by day 15, I will have something to show for that. Today, I weigh 68.5 kilos, which is so much. It's more weight than I've ever weighed. So it's terrible. It's terrible to be fat in Japan. Don't be fooled by the supermodel Naomi Watanabe. She's just one person, a super, unique person that they actually use. They both glamorize her as a super plus model, and they make fun of her. But maybe they have documentaries of her eating and things like that. But she has definitely defied Japanese society rules. So that's amazing. She's also Chinese and Japanese like I am. And she's probably triple the size of me, and she gets to have colored hair and do what she wants, and is the highest paid model in Japan, besides Nora-san, who's also hafu like me. But these models are unique people that for some reason Japan likes to have unique models on their billboards, but they don't like to have unique people in their society. And unique would be anything above a size 3 or 4, right? So another theory that I'm trying to examine is like how Americans get so big. Is it the portions? Is it the GMOs? Is it I'm not sure. It's definitely the portions, but Japanese people, they drink a lot, and there's a lot of sugar in this food. So help me understand this. So here's my day 1. Thanks for your support. I appreciate your support. If you want to send me some encouraging words besides "you're a fat whale," because I've definitely been called that on the internet. But that's how you end up feeling, and that's what this video is about. Can you see double chin action? I've thought about, there's like a shot that you can chin in, and it's supposed to, this actually hangs down. Anyways, that's enough of that. I'm gonna do some sit-ups and end this stream, my first live stream in a couple years. Mata ne! Oyasumi nasai from Tokyo.